Well, bam! Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's get that music up and running. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate you all for being here. We're going to break down Bitcoin, the DXY, S&P futures. I'm going to take a look at the NASDAQ futures as well. I also have a Forex trade that I'm looking at. It's the Japanese yen against the US dollar. If you like trading Forex, I'm going to start flexing on the Forexing. Shout out to everybody here. I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good. Having a wonderful Tuesday, baby. Let's go. Let's bring the energy all the way up to the upside, baby. Let's go. Are you motivated to have the greatest day of your life? Today could be the last day of your life. It really could. Today could be it. This could be it. You could be remembered as who you were today. People could be like, you know what? On his last day, he helped me move. On his last day, he cooked me an apple pie. On his last day, he helped me move my trash. This guy was the nicest guy you've ever met. Shout out to everybody here. I love each and every one of you. And let's not be morbid. Let's talk about having many, many days and beautiful days. I'm wearing my dad's tie. Many of you know I wear this tie now a couple times a month because it makes me remember my dad, man. And my dad bought this tie. I don't know where he bought it. I don't know when he bought it. But it's a beautiful tie. I absolutely love it. I believe it's Ralph Lauren, too. Nice. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of Boston, sailing on the Charles. I'm sure that's why my dad bought it. God bless each and every one of you. Let's break down Bitcoin like we do every single day. God bless you all for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show as my voice booms in your ear, as you feel the energy pushing through. Because we are the crew that's going to show you what's going down every single day. Shout out to anyone who gained on Moonwell. Mooning well. I'm watching this consolidation. Not saying it's going anywhere right now. Might even turn into a wedge or something, might pull back even more. But I'm just giving it a look-see. Something on my radar. You might want to write down the coin called Moonwell. You might want to just forget all about it. It's up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I didn't have a lemon wedge this morning. It's upstairs. We had a cleaning crew. I didn't get a chance to get to it. But let's take a big sip of the water. Let's stay hydrated. Let's get it going. I've been doing a lot of fasting lately, eating one meal a day. Today, the first thing I will eat will probably be at like 5 or 6 o'clock. I won't eat all day. You know what I mean? And I don't normally do that. I do it once a year to really clean out myself. And again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling anyone what I believe is the best health reasons or health purpose, health practices. Do whatever makes you happy. All right? Do whatever makes you happy. Let's break down bitty Bitcoin as there's some heavy volatility today. It's going up. It's going down. What's happening to Bitcoin? 29,392. And let's talk about it. So last night, if you were in my crew, the Lifer Army, the Lifer Brigade, whatever you want to call us, I said, at this 15-minute here, we got a little bit overbought. We were up here. We said, draw a little flag and see if we can break out. I said, if the 50-minute can reset and we can touch this 21 and make some type of flag here, there's a chance we can break all the way up to 29,516. I wake up in the morning and it's pumping, hits my target to the upside. We also talked about the 4-hour, and we suggested that the 4-hour could pump up to the 200 SMA. Even the 3-hour, you could say, pumped up to the 200 SMA and hit it perfectly. When the moving averages get tight, you tend to pump up to a 200 SMA. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but when you see the 50, the 80, the 100, and the 21 all tight, knit, but the 200 is the outlier. And it's the same the other way. When you're pumping, you'll dump back down to the 200 for support. Same stuff. A pump is a dump is a pump. You can learn from all of it. It's all the same stuff. But we got rejected. You could see, try to hold above it, could not. But we talked about this happening before it happened. We broke it down. We went over these facts, So I'm not saying pretty much had you at hello. If you'd listened to my strategy basically said, hey, once this comes near the 21, try to take a long out. Also kind of had a shoulder, a head, and kind of a right shoulder, almost a complex inverted. Look at this. That's interesting. It's a slanted, complex inverted head and shoulder. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Ooh, I messed up the right. Now I got to do it again, my OCD. But that's a complex inverted that was supposed to break the length of the pole from the neckline to the upside. All right. And it got pretty dang close on that wick to the target. What about 2690? Hit 26. Yeah. 2682 to the upside. So I like what I'm seeing for that move for Bitcoin. And what we want to see is some type of, and right now we're looking for the 15-minute to chill out, all right? So the 1 hour is overbought. I gotcha. The 4 hour is in overbought territory. Doesn't mean it can't still pump. I've seen it pump from here on the Stokes, but it is in overbought territory. MACD starting to get a little extended. RSI high, but no bearish divergence. Nothing crazy yet. You could almost call a hidden bearish if you'd want to, but nothing crazy yet. So right now I'm watching to see if this 15-minute can reverse a little bit of price action. All right, we saw the 1 minute in this flag. Still somewhat in a bit of a flag here too as well. Interesting. But it does look like it could make somewhat of a reversal here. Kind of a cup and a handle. There's your cup and handle in a way. That's the 1 minute. I'm not going to spend too much time on it right now. All right. So we're looking for this 15 to make some type, it could possibly be reversing too. But some type of falling wedge, even, I was saying it could even be making an ascending triangle here. And it could come up, come down, and get tight in the zone. So watching to see if we can get a bounce back to the upside here on the 15-minute time frame and give us that ascending triangle vibe. Stochastics do want to bounce back up. We had a beautiful pump. They just came down and got all the stop losses. Can we look at this Fortnite brick frenzy? Tory, I have no idea what he's saying. Let's take a look at brick. Fortnite. What is he saying? Brick on CoinGecko. Fortnite BR bricks at 14 cents. I mean, it's got the name Fortnite in it. How could that not blast to the upside? Contract address, I don't even know what N is. Gecko terminal. Wow, I've never seen that. Wow, this thing is flying to the upside. Dude, I like the CoinGecko terminal. Interesting. They've stepped their game up. I haven't been on CoinGecko in a few months. I don't know why. I've been off CoinGecko for a while. Wow, look at that move. Wish I had known about it. Again, though, I tell you what, man, there's a reason why they're going to go down in history. The lifers and me as Sammy, the Sammy cup and Andy, because that cup and handle. I mean, look at that blast to the upside out of a cup and handle. Unbelievable. This thing. In the last 50 minutes, like 1 hour, 2 hours, in the last 4 hours, this thing has just blasted from 5 cents all the way up to almost 14 cents. Did a 3x in about an hour and a half. RCP swap, though. See, now you're teaching me what is the RCP swap. I've never heard of it. Now I know. I got to find out what RCP swap is. Send me to RCP swap. Tell me the deal. What chain are we talking about? Connect a wallet, a MetaMask wallet. Is it like... I'm trying to figure out, is it on ETH? Like what? Connect to the Arbitrum. Arbitrum Nova. Username. Weird. Sign into mainnet. No. Interesting. So mainnetinferia.com, you got to make a login and then like that's weird, right? So you got to log in to buy this coin. You saw that? Arbitrum Nova. Interesting. Where's Brick? There it is. Bricks though. So it's on Arbitrum. All right. It's on Arbitrum, I guess, through the Arbitrum Nova. I don't really buy stuff on Arbitrum, so that would be my first time. I didn't know you had to sign in. Gets me kind of weirded out. I'm not trying to sign in. That's not my deal. You know what I mean? That's not how I does business. So this coin would be a little hard for me to acquire due to that, right? Pulse Chain, Polygon, Testnet, Optimism, add a network. And you could hit Arbitrum 1. I wonder if I can just buy it on Arbitrum 1. You know what I mean? Switch to Arbitrum 1. Got it. Okay. And now, no, on RCP swap, connect my wallet now. So I got to hit Arbitrum Nova, which I feel like I have to sign into. So maybe they made some type of KYC. I don't know what's going on here. Someone might have to clue me in. But shout out to everybody here. 1020 on the gate. Reefamon, Arbitrum Nitro, Nova, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. We'll figure it out at another time, I guess. But, yeah. Let's get that music up and running. So, yeah, I couldn't acquire this coin, but the chart looks amazing. And we may want to write this down. And I didn't even know about it. Brick. Fortnite Brick. 13. Volume very small, right? Maybe it continues. We might have found a low cap gem here that could do some damage. It definitely needs to retrace, but these are small time frames, you know. I always just slap indicators, hit RSI, stochastic, relative. And that's really, yeah, and so you can, I'd be obviously waiting for this to cool off and come back down. What I can do is draw a Fibonacci here and just look for that 618, that pullback somewhere to here, you know, 9 cents. Maybe the 786 at 6 cents, this whole area, 6 to 9 cents. But you can't chase it. Probably will continue to pump, you know. The way to tell is the 5 and look at it on the bigger time frames. So I know my Fibonacci levels. I have those marked. I can like go from there. And then, oh, I can also look. I mean, a smart idea too. All I really need to trade pretty much proficiently, sorry, this is getting annoying, is to add also an MA. Make the MA the 21, right? And that's just like my go-to. Then I hit this and I just, so what I want to see again is the same thing. I want to see resets. I want to see interactions with the 21-day moving average, right? So, can we look at JASMY? 97% of the supply is in circulation. Now, see, I got turned off by JASMY for whatever reason. You know what I mean? But we'll take a look at it. Thank you for the super chat for the £6 all the way from my man, Zachariah and Mandul. God bless you, Zachariah. And we got to jump back into Bitcoin in a second, too. It's getting the pump back to the upside. Bitcoin, you know, and the low stochastic suggests we will get a pump here. And what I'm looking for is this type of consolidation for a bigger move to the upside. And we already got our measured move and we're eyeing 30,000. What's interesting is this coincides with BOOKMAP. Link to BOOKMAP in the description below. But the biggest liquidity is at 29.9 and 30K. Two big boys selling about 3,000 Bitcoins here, 1,300, 1,800. Some of the biggest orders I've seen in a while on BOOKMAP are lingering right there. So, as we've said before on this channel many times, I would not short in between these big orders. That's what you'll get squeezed. You'll be the one that gets squeezed from price action to those green, to the, you know, you'll be in there. But you'll be like, and you'll be getting squeezed in there. So just be careful. BOOKMAP says a big move coming to 30K is happening, and we'll be able to track it here on the 15 and the smaller time frames and see what happens. Right now, we do have a resistance for Bitcoin at 29.5, but we got above the 29,300 level, which was a key level of support or resistance on the weekly, if you remember correctly. And I'll go back and reset your memory on the BLX. All right. So if we look here and we go back to the weekly time frame, and hold on. All-time history index works better for me. I'm about to say, I was like, eh. So right here, we got this 29,000. See these two candles here? 29,000, 280, 300. Two candles. We got to close a weekly candle above that level. As long as we do that, we're golden. And look, we're bouncing off the 21-day moving average. That's how I trade for a living. Like, I trade flags off the 21 to the upside. You know what I mean? Stop loss beneath the, like, this would be a trade for me here. A weekly trade, take a long time, 19% gains, right? Stop loss, and it's, you know, you could keep the stop loss right there, or a little high, yeah. Something like this, 3-to-1 ratio, a little, like right there, below those lows right there. Use those as support. If I can snuggle below them a little bit, 292. I mean, look at that. So I could risk 6% to gain 19 on the weekly, right? These are things that I look at. Big time frames. Big boy time frame, you know? So right now, I see a move on the weekly too, like, and this could easily just at any moment just whip right back up. It is curving down. We do see bearish div. I'm with you. But right now I'm touching the 21, and I'm not bearish until we make a low lower than this 200 SMA. Period. Right there when we closed those weekly lows, I was like, man. But the fact that we got back above them so fast was amazing. And it was a bear trap. They trapped the bears. Easily trapped the bears right there. Right? So again, we ended up making the flag, if you remember correctly, and the 1 hour had a little bit of a bull flag that I drew right there, and I said I'd long that. And so what I try to say is the bigger moves come from getting into the smaller moves. I try to reiterate this over and over again, but I don't think people realize. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of a good example of it, but you just keep showing up and doing the same thing over and over again on smaller time frames, and eventually one of those smaller time frame entries will become one of the biggest entries to a bigger move, right? So if you're good at trailing your stop and staying in the trade, wow, you know what I mean? Bang, bang, bang. So the problem I see here today is the 4 hour getting overbought, right? So right now you got a overbought 4 hour. We could go up and down and continue to pump here, right? But you're at the top of the channel and the 4 hours getting overbought. You know, would say that if you can't get these breakouts, if you can't flip above the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame, like, you gotta, these are key levels. You flip back above the 200 SMA, we could start talking about another big long. And I've gone over this to all my students many times. Had you long above the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame, here you would have made, maybe as this candle was getting, but that candle would have closed. You could get in here with a stop loss on the other side. Would have been a little far, but look at that beautiful move to the upside with no stop loss getting hit. Again, I made a beautiful trade on MEXC. Yesterday, I drew this ascending triangle. It came up, it retested. I decided to get in on the retest right there. Stop loss was at 29,905 or 9095, sorry. We never hit the stop loss. We did get as close as 29,000, I bought almost like 138, but I was at 20,095, and eventually this morning we beamed up. I nailed my target to the upside, and it was a beautiful trade. You know, so I just want to say sometimes the trade isn't pretty, you know, like it didn't go perfectly out the flag that time. A lot of times, sometimes it does. The trade last week was absolutely perfect, but that trade still hit with no stop loss. And as long as my stop doesn't get hit, I keep the trade, and the trade plays out at 26 leverage. That's a 30% gain. You wake up to 30% gains. Okay. And you can do this on MEXC, trading leverage on MEXC. All right. Again, I traded spot for 5 to 6 years, really, before I even looked at a leverage trade. Then I traded more spot and dabbled, and now I've just been trading leverage for the last 6 months, easily let's say April, May, June, last 4 months, honestly. I've been using the moving averages so much lately for in and out price, using combined MA and price levels for entry and getting out. Seize the day, man. You're nailing it. Crypto RS showing the bears look tired. Red is ripping up 50%. Keep coming here and pick up the knowledge. And there, and bang, red coin, right? TP, take profit 1, 30,055. Bitcoin 4 hour, take profit 2, 30,333. Shout out to my man Mash Inc. in the game. So, yeah, so we watch Bitcoin now consolidate here on the 15-minute. And it looks like it really wants to go back to the top of the channel and create some type of the consolidation in which we're looking for. We don't know exactly. We're not like, you know, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. But I have watched price action for a long time, and I have a pretty good sense of what price action is going to do. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 500 beautiful souls on the live. 155 people together on the like button. Let's get that like rounded up, baby. Let's keep it moving. Shout out to everybody here. If you want to be free, press that 333. Looks like an inverted head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart of JASMY. Casper, what up, life? Are you the man? And let's talk about gains in the trading group real quick. So I do see the 15-minute making a big, and this could be actually, it's interesting. I'll tell you what, I've seen this as a flag. This is your length of your pole. And the 15-minute, it has a lot of room. It's already aggressively making a pretty big candle. I wouldn't be surprised if it made a massive pump to 29,800 pretty fast. BOOKMAP is kind of, building this liquidity here, saying, hey, we're hanging out. We got the liquidity. This is where we want to bring the price. There's really no one else that could battle us with that has a bigger order than us right now. We're the bulls. We control. So BOOKMAP's telling us who the boss is right now, like Tony Danza of crypto, right? So shout out to everybody here. All right. Chat's popping, baby. Shout out to the chat. And where's everybody from in the chat? Let me know. We have 540 people in the chat. Where y'all from? Send out your hometown or send where you're living now. Whatever makes you happy. Shout out where you're from in the chat. Let me know. I want to see where y'all at. The 305, Florida, Ohio, the Netherlands, Portugal. Let's keep it moving. Shout out to my man, João Pietas. My man. Florida, Australia, California, Pittsburgh. 5-minute, baby. The great state of NDG, Georgia, Denver, El Salvador, Philippines, San Augustine, Florida, St. Louis, One Life Lifer, Spring Hill, Florida, Latvia, Illinois, Slovenia, England, Bristol, Georgia, the Netherlands. I missed a few. Latvia, Illinois, South Carolina, Calgary. Wow, the Philippines, the Netherlands, The Hague, Jamaica, Texas, Slovenia, Sweden, Jakarta, Puerto Rico, New Orleans, Spring Hill, Florida, again, my man, London, the Philippines, Miami, Nigeria, New Mexico, Athens, Denver, Erath, Luxembourg, living in Germany. My man, Spaghetti Regnetti in Central Texas, Dade County, 305 from Stackbook Change, Waterworld, Balkan, Philippines, Austin, Texas in the house, Germany, Australia, Mass, baby. My man from Massachusetts, Romania, Philippines, Casperville, Pennsylvania, Czech Republic, Portugal, NYFC, Cincinnati, the 718. That's Queens, baby. Shout out to Queens, baby. Erie, Pennsylvania, Vallejo, Croatia, Chile, Belgium, the Netherlands, Cyprus, Bulls in the house, Central Texas, Quebec, Minneapolis. It's out of control. All right, so I'm seeing a consolidation for Bitcoin here to the sideways price action. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what we want to see. All right, and that's going to take pretty much, 4 to 5 hours at least, probably, for us to kind of settle off. But what a nice pump and breakdown. Crypto Plumber gifting 5 memberships. Dykeman City, El Salvador, Miami Beach, Mississippi, Ibiza, It Doesn't Stop, Corona, Mali. And Sean jumping on in there. Crypto Bear Baker jumping on there. Jesus Coronado, my man. Rambler, check that. SRM looking extra sharp today. Rambler, thank you. It did lose the initial area I was looking at. Shout out to Crypto Bellico in the house. Gina Bombina. Hello, my loves. Gina, thank you for coming on in. GF Burke in the house. South Texas Border Town, my man. And Marvski Gaming gifting spree again. Amazing. And thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everyone hanging in there with the lifers. God bless each and every one of you for being here. All right. JASMY was asked about. Let's take a look at our baby JASMY. You're saying 90% of the circulating supply has been released. So how do you figure this stuff out? You can go to CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. You can type in the coin, JASMY. And it says right here, circulating supply, total supply. Circulating is 48 million. The total is 50 million. You can see that, or 50 billion, sorry, right? No, 50 billion. And it basically has 90% of its circulating supply out. What was weird was it had a market cap of 26 mil, then it had 260 mil. I did like it. It had the Sony people behind it. Maybe I could warm back up to it again. It's on MEXC, Binance Gate.io, KuCoin as well. JASMY. Let's take a look at JASMY here on MEXC. Again, link in the pinned comments up here. You can see me. I was trading right there on MEX Global. Also, we talked about trading the MEXC token. Went to a nice little high of 290. We were getting in at 270. 270. And that thing made a beautiful move to the upside of a nice 20-cent gainer there. Beautiful move. So shout out to anyone. And it's probably not done yet either. But shout out to anyone that took the call. I was trading MX token. I was talking about it's the token of the exchange. And I do hold the token too as well. I hold a boatload of it. So I hold about $6,898 worth of this token. I love MEXC. God bless them. The fact that they give zero fees, I'm telling you right now, look, zero spot maker and taker fees. Zero future maker fees and 0.1% taker fee. So when you make a limit order in and out on your future trade, you pay nothing. Spot, maybe you pay some funding rate, but besides that, it's zero spot maker and taker fees. Unbelievable. Let me get back into spot trading here. They also have lowered ETFs, which is our electronically traded funds. They got everything you need. And we got Caspa back at 4.7. Caspa probably took that high at 5.1. I mean, what a beautiful high. You got to love Casper. I took my swing trade out of position. I still got 5,600 in capital. I'm looking to deploy. All right. Let's take a look at JASMY. JASMY in a bit of a cup and handy here. Type of a double bottom. We've seen a few coins actually break out of this exact formation many times on the channel, many times in the trading group. All right. So the fact that we're seeing this low came up, made a higher low here on JASMY. I want to see JASMY break back above the 0.48 level and use that as support so it can bounce further to the upside. That's what we're looking for JASMY, okay? If it breaks above this level and it uses that as a retest, that would be the safest way to trade it at 48. All right, again, you would miss out on the aggressive entry you could make right now at 38. I get it. People are like, but I want it now. Hey, well, it's up to you. If I'm not long-term holding something, I'm swing trading. You know what I mean? Or I'm scalping on the 7. I'm either scalping on a 7 or the 15, or I'm using the 1 hour to use like the 4 hour to swing trade, right? Or I'm holding long-term. Those are my three real, you know? And I might turn a scalp with a leverage scalp, like a scalp that I normally would turn spot, I might trade lev. And the trade's exactly the same, you know? The risk doesn't change. The amount of money I risk doesn't change. I'm just using a different formation of trading, like a different format. Like if that, actually the format's actually even the same. I'm just using a different program. Like one I'm using spot, one I'm using, leverage. Anyway, so this is a bit of a falling wedge. I feel like it broke out of the wedge, came back inside. Now it's kind of doing its thing, getting tighter in the zone. The daily looks beautiful. The 3-day could be flipping. The 2-day chart's oversold as well. So the bigger time frame suggests you do have a higher low, higher low. Then you start kind of snooping around for some type of divergence. Didn't get one there. Didn't really get one there. I mean, you can see the liquidation right there was with a 4 hour really kind of a little bit of divergence there, but nothing special. Yeah, I mean, and then you got this local resistance here too at 44, right? So to me, I just really want to see JASMY flip this 47.34 level as I zoom in and really look at it. It flips that level because look, bounce, resistance. That could be a key SR flip. So it breaks out great. Watch the breakout. Continues up. Get rejected here, makes a flag. Wait again. The flag breaks out. It gets above the zone. Then it makes a flag somewhere here. I'm looking for JASMY to make them. That's what I'm looking for my move. All right. Thank you so much for the love in the chat. Chat has been amazing. You people got the energy up like I wouldn't believe. Let's raise the frequency. Let's raise the vibration. Let's keep it going all the way to the upside. Shout out to each and every one of you. A sense of urgency is needed at all times when trading. New coin, not a lot of info. AIX trading last week, possibly invented on the 15-minute higher coin. I remember we were looking at X, yeah, on and it's on MEXC too as well, right? Poloniex MEXC AIX. So it came out, it got slammed, number one. Don't buy, that's why I don't like, someone would watch this dump and be like, oh, I got in on the low, and it pumps up, and then looks at their portfolio a week later. What was I thinking, you know? Buying coins when they first came out is very risky. I don't do it. I don't really suggest anyone does it. I can't tell you what to do, right? So a new month, same energy, pump up the Bitcoin, my man. Why are you muted? I am not muted. Someone's like muted. I don't know why he's saying I'm muted. But anyway, so let's take a look. I mean, this thing just got slammed to the downside. I don't know. You'd have to believe in this project, know about it, think that it was like behind, you know. We'd have to deep dive it. I've never heard of it. AIX, is this it, or XAI? Let me go back to when I was looking at it here. Weird with X and all the other stuff going on, right? AIX. $15.93, and then you match up price action. Yeah, $15.292. It won't always be the exact, but you know, you got the coin. Got an Ethereum address, website, AIEX.xerc.xy. TAR's been out of control. Welcome to AI.X token, the future of AI in Musk's favorite. Join the revolution with AIX token. The ERC20 designed to embrace the power of artificial. I think this is a cash grab. Just kind of going off the X name, and you know, I'd be careful of any coin like this. Be very careful. I want this channel to be the place that doesn't get anyone involved in this and actually just keeps them wary of the fact that there's a lot of junk out here like this, and just to be careful. I'm going to move on from it. It could end up being something huge. We may be finding a low cap gem that nobody knows about. I'm okay. I'll do my research throughout the time, and we'll come back. But I mean, it obviously got sold off very hard. It's a very tiny coin. It is up 97% today off the low. I'll give you that. All right. It maybe went up 200% and came back down a little bit. And there's a chance it starts to make its move here. And maybe it's worth trading, you know. It's just extremely high risk at this point. Can't really get an RSI reading. A lot of these little coins don't give you a good RSI reading. I don't know why, but there's just some shenanigans there. Stochastics are low. 15 minutes suggests you could get a break back to the upside if you want to be very, very risky. It is a falling wedge. You're coming back down to the 618 Fibonacci level. That would be a beautiful return, you know, place to retrace back to. I mean, there's a chance you could get some gains out of here, but it's high risk. It is setting up traditionally into a pretty good spot. I'll give you that. All right. So I'm not biased. I just, you know, just got to be honest with what I'm looking at. Let's take a look at the DXY. We remember what we're looking for. My big red line to the downside. We want that dump. There it is. Right? We want that dump. Wow, the 22-hour making a curveball for us. Trying to wing it back to the upside. The daily saying, no, we need to press down. The 200 SMA being there, we may hit it, come back down, might make some type of bear trap kind of, bull trap in a way for the people who are bullish on the dollar. Take a look at our 4-hour, and your 4-hour is pumping. And it's had a few hours to pump, and Bitcoin has pumped with the dollar today, which is interesting. Bitcoin and the dollar pumping together. And who would have thought, right? And that's why I tell people to be careful. They always think they have to be inversely correlated every time, and they don't have to be, because the dollar is basketed against a bunch of other foreign currencies. And when people buy those other foreign currencies, like the Japanese yen, you know, and it's going to throw off the balance and take some money from the dollar index. Also, people could be getting into the dollar and getting into Bitcoin, or people could be selling off a foreign currency and getting and it could strengthen the dollar at the same time. All right. So Bitcoin getting that pump to the upside right now. Let's take a look at our baby bitty Bitcoin. And we suggested it was going to pump back to the top of this channel here. And there it goes. The low stochastics gave it away on the 15-minute. The volatility has been amazing falling wedge back to the upside for the move. And now we get the shorts getting liquidated on BOOKMAP. And there we have it. And again, I said I wouldn't want to be between these orders and price action. You're likely to get squeezed, and here is the beginning. I'm not saying we're going to get the massive squeeze, but I believe over time, tonight and into tomorrow, right? And it could be accelerated. I wouldn't be surprised. So right now, 686,021. If they were watching my channel, they would not have been short. Had you been watching my channel right now, you'd have seen a wedge and a low stochastic. You would have watched the guy that trades stochastics RSI every day for years. And I would have said that that's a high likelihood of a move to the upside. Like a very high, like 80% chance based on stochastic. And falling wedges are also a 68% chance to break to the upside. You had lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. So if you decided I'm going to short that, you also were shorting a possible like bounce area that we wanted, which was the edge of the diamond. You see? Anyway, need I digress. So the thing is, if someone was watching the channel, they wouldn't have been, look, and this is a lot of money, 687,000, like 66,000, like that money didn't have to get liquidated. But, you know, it did though, because for price to move up, people had to also be on the wrong side of the trade. So I just can't believe how many times we watch this on the channel when I'm long or maybe taken off of a trade, or I'm just not trading at the moment, but I'm not shorting, and I watch people just absolutely get demolished, right? And it's like clockwork here on the channel, over and over and over again, the liquidations. And that's why I absolutely love BOOKMAP. And this is why, I mean, you can see the falling wedge going to break out. You can see the liquidations occur. Before, I just would have seen this. I never would have known people were getting liquidated behind the scenes. I never would have understood how the futures market controlled the overall markets. You know, I never would have understood liquidity. I never would have really, there was a whole world behind the scenes that I didn't know about because I wasn't using BOOKMAP. And you don't need to know it all, technically. You could have be a horse with blinders on and just trade your patterns and still get in and out. But to me, understanding this and being a teacher and teaching people this and then knowing the know-how behind the scenes just makes me a better teacher, makes me understand the market better, and makes me a better presenter on the live stream. So you guys can understand more information on a daily basis, right? And that's what I'm here for, okay? That's what I'm here for. So we got a weekly newsletter. We got a link in the description below. It's going to be coming out. Key Insight weekly newsletter. Unmatched value from the Crypto Lifer. Educational deep dives. Hot sector insights. Exclusive alpha. You can't afford to miss. And we're going to be doing a weekly newsletter. Sign up in the description below. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll also be doing some perks for people who sign up to that. Some exclusive newsletter cool stuff, like maybe even like a newsletter, like, I don't know, behind the scenes edition. Might even do a newsletter setup. Once a week I'll do a setup, or once a month or something like that. I'll go, even if you're not even in the trading group, you just join the newsletter. I might just, I'm going to throw something out there. So check it out. Jump on in today to the newsletter. I'd greatly appreciate that. Educational deep dives, baby. Educational deep dives. All right. Thank you for jumping on into that idea. I appreciate it. Let's get hydrated, huh? I've been talking a lot. So DXY, I'd love to see this rising wedge break to the downside. The shoulder, head and shoulder kind of was negated. The 1 hour wants to break down. Let's start the journey down here 1 hour. Let's make a lower low. Let's break this trend here and really start the bearish tones. Also a bit of an M pattern, kind of a double top. Let's double top here and get a move to the downside. So DXY, I want to see the 1 hour break down. Okay. And Bitcoin to go sideways. That's what we would love the most, right? Bitcoin and look, they both pumped together today. But now, look, you're already getting a green candle back up on that 1 hour time frame. Sandwiched in between that bearish engulfing. So crazy how quick things happen for Bitcoin. Like, I remember just watching this, and here we are again. I love this consolidation. I like what I'm seeing. So far, so good. Everything is making some, sense in my book. I don't know about your book. Hopefully your book is my book. And together we're doing it every single day. Keep it moving, keep it motivated. Shout out to the Lifer and his fam. And the Lifer fam, you're shining. Shout out to everybody here, man. Everyone on this live stream, you're shining. You're going to live a great life. God wants the best for you, and great things are going to happen to you. I'm telling you right now, stay appreciative, believe in yourself, and good things are going to happen to you. And be good to other people. When you're good to other people, you carry good karma. And when you carry good karma, you believe you're going to have a good day and good things will happen to you. So by being good to others, you innately have a good life. Being bad to others, you wonder, what bad things can happen to me? What do I need to worry about? What do I need to watch out for? Because you're the one that people need to watch out for. So you're watching out for yourself. What trouble am I going to put myself into? When you're a good person and you do the right thing, like when you're there for your kids, right? Your kids will be there for you when you're old and gray, and you won't be old. When you're not there for your children, they're probably not going to visit you. They're not going to love you. They're not going to be there for you. Some kids do come back and they're there no matter what. It's sad. Even after the abuse, right? Be good to your children. They're blessings from God that not everybody gets a chance to have. Not everybody has kids in this world. Not everybody gets to meet the love of their life. Not everybody has a wonderful wife and a wonderful life. Some people yearn and have been good people and it just didn't happen that way. Some people marry a woman who can't have children. Some people marry a man who can't have children. If you are blessed to have children in this life, be so good to them and treat them with love and respect. Amen. And be good to your wife. As a man, be good to your wife. Your wife is an extension of your life. She's an extension of you. Be so good to her. Treat her like she is a not gold, more than gold. Treat her like she's just the greatest angel in your life. You know what I mean? Put her so high and respect her with so much love. My whole life I've been surrounded by women. I got two sisters, a twin sister. I don't everybody knows I got a twin sister. I got a mom, right? Of course, right? Obviously. And I got an older sister. So a lot of days I was out with my sisters and my mom. And now I'm home with my two daughters and my wife. And it's funny, I grew up with three women and now I'm here with three women, and now my dad passed because it was my dad and all these women in my life, the closest people in my life. And now the closest people in my life are my sisters, my mom, my daughters, and my wife. And so I'm this one man who goes live every day, right, on YouTube. And I'm surrounded by these 6 women. And, in my family, I don't have a lot of male interaction. My dad was it. And that's another reason why, I miss my dad so much. So the 4 hours overbought. And we got to watch this 15-minute. Just do its thing. Nothing really exciting here. And there's no guys who might come up, make a double bottom, might make an inverted, it might play games. But eventually, I see a move coming up. And we just got to break this high, 29,685. Look, we got ants in my house, but I don't kill them. I just let them do their thing. Did he go down my shirt? There he is. Come back, baby. Come back. So fast. You don't want to hurt him, too, just trying to get him. There he is. Oh, he is definitely in my shirt now. Definitely was in my shirt. Is it amazing how an ant can fall from such a high distance and not get hurt? That's just, like, it blows my mind. Like, he just went off my shirt, and he fell as if me and you would jump off, like, the Empire State Building. You know what I mean? Jumpers are allowed in my house. Them cool. You're funny, man. Sorry about your dad. I'm sure he'd be proud of you. Shout out to Matthew Manzella. I love you, man. I have 3 plus a dog, so I'm surrounded by 4 women. LOL. Justin, I love you, brother. I love you, man. Shout out to Justin Cashmore in the house. He's a true lifer, man. I was in Florida recently. We found out I was in Florida. We met. We talked. And then a couple days later, he was having Christmas with his family. I was in Florida for Christmas. And it's sad. The last Christmas, I didn't have it with my family. And the last Christmas, I could have had with my dad. All good, though. As we got older, But the family did all get together in February. For February break, we used that whole week to get together. But Justin invited me to his house, and I went to his house for Christmas. Can you believe that? I really did. They had tacos, too, because it was in Florida. I'd never had tacos for Christmas. It's usually all, like, you know, some type of roast. Or my parents would have lobster sometimes. Love you most, brother. And then it's funny, when I went to Miami recently, he was, like, coming back from Dubai. And he's like, yo, I've been traveling. I can't make it to Miami, but I would love to. And he was in Sarasota, you know, 3 hours away. And maybe even 4 hours. I don't know exactly how long that ride is. And he showed up, and then I went the last night. I was going to stay home, and I was really missing my dad. And I was just going to stay in my hotel room or eat by myself. The whole crew I was with took this bigger cab ride out to this fight thing, and I just didn't feel amazing at the moment, and I was kind of down. And at the last minute, I said, man, you can't sit here. You got to go out. And I called a cab, and I went to like some club kind of thing just to kind of dance and feel whatever, by myself too. And I'm dancing, and I look to the left, and Justin's right there, and he's like, what up? And I spend most of the night with him, and that was my last night in Miami. Had a blast. So, Justin, I love you, brother. And good stories, good vibes. And now my life stories follow the channel. Like, people I meet here in the chat become people that I meet in real life. I find it fascinating. I never thought that would be possible. And they're people that I feel really calm and connected to. Like they're the coolest people I ever met. Like, they're not just like you know what I mean? Shout out to Jebitron, man. We hung out and had a good time, man. Justin, I love you, brother. I love you. And he has a good family. He's got 2 daughters. I got 2 daughters. He loves his wife. I love my wife. My wife's beautiful. His wife is beautiful. You know, we both, you know what I mean? I just feel like, you know, he's blessed, man. He's a blessed man. All right, moving forward. Enough about the blessings in life. So we want this dollar index to break to the downside on the 1 hour. Let's see what the 1 hour can give us. If the 1 hour resets in the stochastics and we go sideways, you know, not the best sign. You know, it shows strength for the dollar. So, and even though they could be somewhat correlated, uncorrelated, I don't care. At the end of the day, I want the dollar to move further to the downside because it just strengthens the position for why people should be into BTC. You know what I mean? And it just adds to the advertisement of that is Bitcoin. So, shout out to anyone who got into a cash network. I put it out in the live stream, maybe not in the live stream, but in the trading group multiple times. We actually watched it here. It made the first pump. We took that for a little bit of gains. Then we reconsolidated the chart, and I had this funky, cool little buy zone going on because it was getting tighter and tighter in the zone. Tight moving averages got above this high volume node area and pumped up for 28%, still holding gains of 19. And congratulations to anyone that may or may not have got in or used that knowledge, or even just used this to learn and then maybe did something different. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you learned this and then you put this on another chart and then you made gains on another chart a day or two later, but you learned what was going on by watching a Akash network. So that's why I do what I do too. Like, it's not just about like, look at the gains. It's about how we made the gains. You can do it too. You know, we're not just trying to throw gains in your face. We're trying, and look, it came up, it retraced where? 618 Fibonacci, 786 there, 706. Then it hit there, then it hit the 0.5. It was climbing up the fibs, and then it made its move to the upside, want to get above the high volume node and the point of control. And we pointed all this out, and we talked about it. So we're using VRVP, stochastics RSI, RSI MACD, moving averages, price action, supportive resistance, Fibonacci. And all of it comes together. It all comes together to create the big picture. I don't do anything without all of it together, right? And eventually you'll put so much discipline on yourself, you'll only find the coins that look like this, and you'll trade them. And to me, it's a pretty simple. Is this simple? Is this not simple? Is it simple, or do I make it look simple? Who here thinks this is so complicated, it just, they'll never be able to figure it out? Or am I being rude when I call this simple? Wow, 40 more shows to show number 1,000, everybody. 40 more shows to show number 1,000. Can you believe that? Episode 960, 1,000 shows straight on YouTube without a day off. Insane. I issue computers at work based on fib numbers. So funny. Thanks again for the lifers in the Discord who helped dealing with some technical issues I had setting up TradingView. Says a lot about this group. Zao Me Dog, we love you. I love that you had an issue and the group came to your aid and was there for you, man. We love you and we appreciate you. It's complicated, but I have to do it more to figure it out. If it wasn't for you, I'd be oblivious to any of this. Thank you. It's simple. Concept is simple and straightforward. Yes, with practice and time. Stephen Campione. We love you, Stephen Campione. And that's a new name. I haven't seen Stephen Campione on the live, man. How many new people we got on the live? We got new people on the live. Crypto Billionaire. Thanks for hitting that like button, lovies. Shout out to Gina Bombina. Even if I didn't know your name and I just read thanks for hitting the like button, lovies, I would be like, that's Gina. She's the only one that says lovies. And we got that feminine, beautiful energy in the chat. Thank you, Gina. We need it. We need it. Very simple. Thanks for hitting that like button. 1,000 going to be a party only at first. It gets easy like anything in life. The more you do it. Well, I don't like using the word it. Well, it gets less difficult. All right. I say lovies all the time. I'm sure you do, Jamie. I'm sure you do. And in every group meeting, you say lovies. That's so funny, man. Brother, what do you think about Quant now that it broke down a little bit? I know the weekly was looking juicy last week. I like that question, and we will take a look at Quant. But shout out to anyone that took a cash network for gains. I just want to relish in the gains real quick. I was patient on this trade. It took a lot of time. We waited and we waited and we waited. 4 days of anticipation. And we got the payday, though. But 4 days, 28%, that's 7% a day. You know what I mean? 7% a day. That's huge. And that's trading spot. You don't have to do any leverage there. You're not doing anything crazy. You're opening up a trade. You're putting a stop loss. You're putting a take profit. And you're going for gusto. You know? And if you're smart, you're using AltTradey to do these trades on KuCoin using an API that I taught you. The second you join my trading group, we have a watch first video. And the first thing I teach you is proper risk management. Who here has watched these two videos? Who here is in the trading group and has watched these two videos? If you haven't watched these two videos and you're in the trading group, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. Watch the AltTradey Smart Trade tutorial, which will teach you how to set up the bot, which isn't even a bot. It's really just a set of clicking. It's just a set of clicks that you do when you set up your trade. It's just a way to set up your trade that implements an AI type of trading that will go in and out, that'll sell at the right time, move your stop loss for you. All right. The group is on fire right now. It feels like a bull run. I can only imagine what things will be like in a year plus. It is pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome. And shout out to everyone in the trading group. Shout out to all the lifer gains. I'm watching the gains like they're insane. And these are new gains. New gains, like 297% gains right there. This guy, $32,000 trading GTC perpetual. He shorted it for 200% gains. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 21% gains for high. My man. Boom. Yesterday at 10. And did high actually make the gain? It did, right? There's even me longing at 200% gains, 130%. And how did I do that? How did I make that? How did I do it like that? I learned from someone that taught me. Master friend. All right. And he has a class every single Sunday from 12 to 2. All right. And the class will blow your mind. All right. Jump on into class today. I'm telling you right now, Leverage Mastery, Sundays, 12 p.m. Eastern with Grandmaster Friend. Become a Leverage Master. Stop losing your trades. 99 members gain access to the Leverage Master Discord section, following up mentor sessions and an exclusive Leverage Alpha. $150 for serious traders to reach the next level. You must be in the trading group to gain access to the secondary level. Hit the link or in the description or hit the QR code. I'm telling you right now, this will blow your mind. And it'll give you just another level of you do need to understand Fibonacci. There's a bunch of stuff that you have to understand. So you just gotta, there's a bunch of stuff that you gotta understand. All right. Before you get into that leverage trading class, it is another level of trading. All right. But shout out to everybody that keeps posting gains. Another gain just got posted. Caspa, 158% gains. He long from the 4-4 area. First day, lifer for life. First day in the trading group, up 158%. Insane. Wow. $32,000 in the morning. Crypto Dom just banging on him to the upside. And so far, we're seeing what I want to see is just this consolidation. I want to see up and down price action. I want to see this make a pennant, ascending triangle, some type of bullish consolidation. And then I'm going to enter a trade possibly later on today. All right. And I had cleaning people in my house. They get the dust up and the dust gets into my nose. It's like little fluffies from the, excuse me. And to not do any type of drugs in my nose. I just want to make that clear. I don't want people thinking anything like that because it's not true. And I don't do Adderall. I have just a lot of energy. Some people write, oh, I don't do any stuff like that. Considering joining the paid group, looks like the vibes are dope. You should join the group. I'm telling you right now. 1 month. Give us 1 month. $99, man. What's the worst that's going to happen? You know what I mean? So I need to take a basic trading class for beginners. I got a basic trading class for beginners the last Saturday of every month. Honestly, jump on in, Jimmy Bitcoin. We'll show you the way. We'll look at Tara, man. Let's take a look at Tara. Shout out to everybody here. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Top Keck, I'm currently in 9th place in the Fulcrum Finance Trading Competition. 4K USD if I hold this place. Alpha, man. Keep going, man. Lifers posting gains. So Bitcoin consolidating as we would expect it to. All right. I want to see this consolidation continue. Sideways price action now after the initial pump. And we can kind of rest easy for a second. Price actions positioned itself into a consolidative moment in time. All right. Ferrum Network, we talked about it many times. We also go over token metrics data. We break it down for you. And Ferrum making that move to the upside, right? Up a nice 13% gains for Ferrum. Shout out to anyone that jumped into Ferrum Network in the trading group. And we talked about Ferrum many times because token metrics kept bringing it up. And honestly, not just because token metrics brought it up, I liked it. I looked at the chart. So I look at token metrics. If they talk about something, I look at it. But I also look at the charts. And if the charts say something's brewing, I'm all over it, right? So, yeah, just been watching Ferrum Network closely for gains, just even on the live stream. Nice 13% gains for Ferrum. Let's take a look at Tara from the super chat. Shout out to all the fair and funding. If you want a super chat, if you want us to talk about your coin, go over something, let us know. Tara X. This thing just continued to pump. Now it's consolidating on the 4-hour time frame. Does it continue? Does it just absolutely continue here? And just, I mean, if it continues, it'll be out of control. It's getting away from the 21. But the chance it could have one more level of gasolina left in it. You know, touching the 21. I mean, it could. It's high risk at this point. Like, if it doesn't go here, I wouldn't be surprised. It's getting to high risk. You got some bearish divergence here as that swings up. That swings down. That's a bearish div right there for sure. But you're going sideways and you're holding the zone, interestingly enough. Your bigger time frames are definitely spent telling you that it's time to get out of the trade. So for me, if I was in the trade and I've already made my gains, I'd be out. Like, I wouldn't push it. Chance there's the scalp does play out, but it just, you know, you got to know that you're taking a high risk. You know, so you could risk 14% to gain 87. Put 100. I could put $100 in the trade and either lose a 14 or make $80. I mean, you know what I mean? That's how I would play this. I'd put less money in the trade. It's getting higher risk. And I'm telling you, there's still a bearish divvy there. Even here, there's a bearish div. Yeah, I mean, that's it, kind of trending up slightly, and that's trending down still. So, says to me, it's going to start breaking down to the downside. Moving averages are getting far apart. I have seen crazy pumps out of nowhere. So it's up to you if you want to take the risk of Tara. All right. Take profit could be almost 1.5 cents about. Shout out to the 568 people. Can we get 600 people on the live? Can we get the likes going all the way up, baby? 312. Let's get the likes all the way to 500. 400 people. Let's go, baby. What are we waiting on? Let's go. Let's stay motivated every single day with the 1, 2. Woo. Let's go. Let's go. Some days we live trade and we hit trades live on the channel. Last few weeks we in live trades on the channel too as well. Some Bitcoin plays that played out right in front of our eyes. Nailing it to the upside. All right. Whatever happened to that high street? Did it end up making some gains on that 7-minute? Whatever happened? Looks like it may have pumped. It's weird how I don't have the... Yeah, hold on. Another gain in the let me take a look here. I was looking at this coin last night. What price action was I looking at? It's 7:51 p.m. last night on the 7-minute. Like somewhere right there. The 10-minute. Trying to see here. At 149 on the 10-minute chart. High street. No, I put on the, I was about to say, I'm like, now it was on MEXC too as well. So it did make some quick gains, you know, and that was a scalp, you know what I mean? 4.5%. I mean, it dipped a little bit and then it pumped. Eventually gave it all back. I mean, when I'm scalping on a small time frame, second I'm up 2-3%. Stop loss to break even. You know what I mean? And you take what you can get, you move on. Over and over again. And every time you don't lose, it's awesome. It's like you got to take a shot. You know what I mean? Taking a shot is the best thing. Taking a shot on not losing is amazing. You know what I mean? Good morning, Lifer. What's happening with USDT? I just got here, sir. It's okay. Nothing crazy. I haven't seen anything insane. You know what I mean? We went over it yesterday. A bit of, you know, some market scares here and there. It's really what's happening USDC is the question. You know what I mean? Like, we're more pegged than we were yesterday. You know? I think PayPal new stablecoin is very interesting. Right? And this guy's saying troubles. I think this is just a bunch of fun. USDT is capitalizing on USDC, though. I'll tell you that. Right? But, yeah. But that's, to me, that's not a D-peg. That's fine. And again, maybe something will happen. I'll watch it closely. I don't want to be like a naysayer. One time in my life, like, people were trying to warn me of something, and I was like, nah, it's fine. And I was, you know, so I'm always kind of heeding what you guys are saying, and I'm always paying attention. But I don't want to, like, I don't want to downplay it. But there's also been so much tether FUD in the world over and over again. And over time, I become callous to it, so to speak. Right? So is Casper going to continue? I think everybody wants to know. People want to see, like, you know, look at that shoulder, head, and a shoulder was just a quick move up. But you have a resistance here at 4.8. You can't get back above. Okay. And you hit this beautiful high at about 51. And you've moved back down. But you bounce off the 200 SMA, which is interesting. That is an interesting move there. And you kind of have an impulse here. You kind of fit, you know, you fib down to the 706. So I'll look at it on the bigger time frame. Now, the 3-day has been this high before, and it's continued on a massive level. Like one hill, two hill, one hill, two hill. The third hill, it just was gone. Could Casper continue to the upside? There's a chance. Kind of feel like the bottom for Casper is somewhere here or here. People thinking it's going to head back to the mean here, something like this. Could it consolidate into a giant ascending triangle? If it does that, I would be just buying more Caspa at all these bottom levels, right? Remember it? Imagine when it gets to 10 cents, what it's going to look like. So it could retrace, I guess, back down 2.6 and go do something like that. That's a possibility. You know, you got to be open-minded to that. So this is what I do. I just start kind of getting open with my mind and my ideas. Now I have years of TA to play with, and that's kind of my advantage. And that's what I'm giving you right now. That's why you come to the channel every single day. I've hit the buy button thousands and thousands of times in my life. Do you know, Lifer, that both Akash and LifePeer run off storage, and I've been pumping. Feels like after PayPal, more companies will start moving their direction over AWS. Interesting. I like what you're saying, man. So maybe that's why Akash was getting ready. See, show me the charts, and I'll show you the news. LPT also had a nice little pump. And storage has that much movement in it, huh? It's got that much clout. Interesting. So again, we are getting high in the 3-day. Last time we got high in the 3-day, Caspa did retrace. Now, it didn't get to, I mean, it wasn't a, last time it hit an all-time high. Look how much higher it got, though. It hit all-time high, got super high, it consolidated like here, and then it just absolutely ripped. If it does anything like it's doing there, it'll rip again, right, to the upside. It is a little far away from the 21-day moving average. Your daily has a bearish divergence now. That's swinging down on the RSI. That's swinging up. That tells you it's probably time to take some profits, you know? And you got daily bearish div. I mean, it's you got to heed that, right? Do I sell my whole bag? Because I got a big bag. Every time I let it go further down, I lose thousands of dollars. Amen, right? So when do I sell the whole bag? And if I sell the whole bag at the wrong time and I can't get back in, what is that going to do to me mentally, right? It's going to devastate me slightly, let's be honest, right? I'm not going to feel great about it. Now, the moving averages are getting very far apart, like in a vertical sense too. The 21 curving away. The 4-hour, however, suggests that we could get a pump back to the upside right now. So maybe not the best time to get out of a position when the 4-hour wants to reclaim. And it's aggressively pointing back up. So then I switch to the 1-hour. But the 1-hour is overbought. All right. Getting there. I mean, it could get somewhat of a pump here, but... And you got this rounded top. You got bearish divergence there too as well. On the 1-hour time frame. Even on the 2-hour, I mean, that slants down, that slants up. You did get the breakdown. The 2-hour is somewhat bullish. So it's telling me that we may see some consolidation here, that I may not have to make a decision yet. Let's see what the 1-hour can do. The 2-hour, let's see if we can consolidate in here. Make some type of flag. There's a chance that we make a flag and we get one more massive push up, and then we'll be extended. And at that point, it'll be like, okay, you know. So I believe there's, you know, the charts are conveying to me there's still a possible chance of a move. I am heeding the divergences. And soon it's going to be time to have to sell at least half the bag. Enough to reaccumulate something back in and take some profits off the table. You know what I mean? Because it was such a nice move. And this is where trading gets tough. This is trading. This is where trading, and then you have to make the decision. You know? So... When you say the 4-hour time frame, what is that in actual time? I don't know, honestly. I don't exactly know your question. And again, look for more banks to probably go into some problems. People keep forgetting that the banking system is not solvent. Not at all, by any means. The way they fractionally reserve money is absolutely horrible. You put money down, they lend it back out. They don't have the funds. It's all digits. It's a mess. When you hold Bitcoin in your hardware wallet, you're the only person that has the Bitcoin. You don't have to go to the bank and ask for your Bitcoin. If you wanted to buy a house right now, you'd have to go to the bank, right? And do the bank transaction. You'd have to go and or at least sign in and do a transfer, right? And I guess you have access to the funds there. I'll give you that. But if there was ever a run on the bank, if something ever happened, you know, the Bitcoin network's running 10 years strong. No one's been able to hack it, touch it, mess with it. Find the trades that make you comfortable. If it makes you hesitant, don't take it. The 4-hour time frame just means that the candles are 4 hours long and that you get a new candle every 4 hours. Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't really mean that the trade or the timing that you're waiting for will take 4 hours. If you always want to know something like that, like look at this Casper trade that we put out. How long was it going to take to hit the target, right? What you could do is you can hit shift and then hold this up, and this will show you, well, this one took 7 days and 6 hours. And it was the 2-hour chart, right? And you can say, well, we'll get to the high, it took 9 days. All right. Lifer, did you hear Zoom is now pushing for employees to go back into the office? The commercial real estate has the banking sector in limbo. Zoom is now pushing for employees to go back to the office. Zoom, the company, that makes no sense, right? When they do Zoom, so funny. Hardware and shortwave, interesting. So, again, we'll take it one day at a time here with Caspa, but I'm watching this some type of consolidation, and it could start making a falling wedge and break down. You know, smart move would probably to sell it all right now. I'll be honest. You know, no emotions, bearish divergence, really overbought on the, but it also is in price discovery, and it's a new coin no one really knew about. Look at the 777s when I said that. It's like my dad telling me to get out. It's so weird. The quadruple sevens just flash right when I'm here. Or is it this way I have to go? So weird. Yeah, it was going the wrong way, but I hope you guys saw it. There it is again, look. Just in case you missed it. The sevens, man, they're always there when I'm around. It's so weird. It's like, show me the sevens. Show me the sevens. Show me the sevens. Who thinks that's creepy? Who thinks I'm a magician with the numbers? Oh my God, it's weird. All right, anyway. I mean, you all have seen it, like, or you can say, oh, fine, I make it up. I'm obsessed with the number, right? 777s and 33 made me some money today, my man. Yesterday announced LOL Zoom. Caspa making the same ascending wedge it made before. Boomed in March. 07 incoming, my man. Commercial real estate bust soon coming, baby. Possible, right? It's possible. Liver, did you hear Zoom is now pushing for employees to go back into the office? The commercial real estate sector has the banking sector in limbo. Yikes. My birthday is the 7th month of July. I agree. It's a powerful month. Amen. Look at that. My birthday is the 7th month, right? And what if it was the 7th on the 7th month? You know what I mean? That would be even crazier. Stack McChange, born on the 7th. I resonated with it daily, my man. Lifer Adam in the house too as well. Okay, so moving forward. Let's take a look at the S&P futures for all my people who love trading the futures on the S&P. All right. Fill out agreements. What? All right. Man, I'll deal with that in a little while. Bitcoin's still pumping to the upside as expected. I like it. The 50-minute still resonates with me with more price action too. I like this bounce off this area, and I like this consolidation. And this is what we're looking for. And that falling wedge did break to the upside. I like what's going down. 11,000 city workers are striking. Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Funny, I go to look at S&P, and they're like, so funny. Well, I'll look at Bitcoin and like, we don't care, you know. So weird. All right, I'll do that tonight, and I'll take care of it, or today in a little while. Born the 3rd of March at 3 o'clock, 333, my man, on that 333. So as you can see, I am bullish on the 3-day chart. I'm bullish on the bigger time frames for a big move to the upside. I've been talking about this being kind of a cup and a handy to the upside, right? That trade alone is actually up. We talked about it 2 or 3 days ago. I actually even put it out on Twitter, I believe, and that trade's actually in the green. So anyway, but yeah, And that 28,500 level was a key level to grab up some Bitcoin. A lot of people probably got in there. That was that may have been the last hurrah, honestly, which is kind of scary to think. So many people think Bitcoin's just too expensive now, and they're probably never going to be able to grab as much Bitcoin as they thought possible. So just remember these times, Bitcoin's never going to be as low as it is now. It's kind of scary because it's the one that's going to be probably the most secure. But again, these altcoins are going to make some gains. You know, I'll put most of my savings into BTC over time. Even 4 years from now, I believe Bitcoin will continue to accumulate in value better than any other asset. So why would you hold anything else? You know, it's going to be pretty crazy over time. All right, I couldn't look at the ES1, but what I can look at is the tether dominance. All right, and we've been watching it daily now for a while. 3-day chart's getting into that overbought region. Daily wants to dump on you. So we've been talking about it, and so far, so good. The daily is in this kind of rising wedge, we could say. And it is breaking to the downside. I like it. I like it a lot. So the daily's breaking down, and that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see on US tether dominance. We want to see the daily breaking to the downside. All right. Remember, if you're trading and you're not trading MEXC, I don't know what you're doing. I linked it up here with the pinned comment. Hit that link right there to MEXC Global and jump on in today. Then join the trading group. Get yourself ready to go. We're going to get you to another level. You're going to have fun in the trading group. You're going to meet people in the trading group. You're going to stay positive in the trading group. It's going to be the greatest experience you've ever had. We're going to make sure of it, and you're going to learn. You're going to learn because you're going to finally feel, and you're like, but I haven't learned before, and I've been struggling. You struggled before because you didn't have an environment to learn. You didn't have a place where people loved you, where you felt comfortable. We're going to provide that for you. For the first time in your life, you're going to have a place where you realize you can ask any question, where people think like you, where you can feel free, where you know the person that runs that group will never allow any pain or any negative energy or any of that around. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. Just know that we love you. You know what I mean? Trying to do this right now so I can get the data up. Broker, dealer, commodities. Anyway, sorry, I'll do it another. It's like, all right, this should be good now. All right. And Bitcoin's technically, you got a low, you got a high. You got a higher low there in the trend. You know what I mean? I always get nervous now. It's like you've changed your, I'm like, what do you mean I've changed? Yeah. Make sure I got the dot right there for ARCA, market open. So, yeah, okay. So let's take a look at the S&P futures, which I feel are uncorrelated to Bitcoin. They've been dumping today, all right? They've been dumping today. What we want to see is we want to break out of this bottom channel to the upside. Usually they get the shakeout. They're shaking out anyone who doesn't want to go for the ride, technically. Could be possible, right? But wow, nasty dump on the S&P technically. And if it loses this level, that's actually not the best because that's a previous resistance. And that's a support zone. You'd like to see the S&P bounce off that to the upside before it drops on lower. So the S&P, you can see uncorrelated to Bitcoin. The dollar pumping today, Bitcoin pumping, the S&P dumping. And so it's good we look at these key things. And we've been starting to get away from watching the S&P every single day, right? You guys I don't look at it as much as I used to because the correlation has been broken. It's clear. Even big, data analysts saw that the correlation was getting very, very low, right? Carbon emissions are projected to reach 14% by 2040 due to the surge in video streaming and the production of new data centers to match demand. Amazing. Love the music. Apple keeps breaking lower. Interesting. HBA exploding. Joined yesterday. Started watching the videos first. Following the lifers now for 3 months. Ivo 10 Brook, we love you. In 3 months, you're going to be a different person. You're going to learn so much and everything's going to change. So everybody join the trading group. It is awesome. You'll get the family you have always wanted and they will support you. FUD expert, I love you for saying that. God bless you. All right. Super chats, SRM on the super chat. Using MEXC is the best thing I've done recently. For real. See? Jump onto MEXC Global today. Link right here. I'm telling you right now, if you're not using MEXC Global, you're paying too much to trade. You're having a harder time learning how to trade and you're not accessing the right coins. Like there's a bunch of things going wrong if you're not accessing MEXC. I'm telling you right now. And I don't say MEXC because I want to trade MEXC. I trade MEXC because I have to trade MEXC. It's the best place to be. Compared to all the other exchanges, I'm getting the best deal there. Why would I trade anywhere else? See? And you're getting the best. Everyone that's involved is liking the relationship. I like relationships like that. Okay? So let's pull a Fibonacci here on, and you can see we're coming down to the 706, 618. You got to retrace here. And once you lose this, you can easily come back down to the 786. You lose that, you come even lower. So the S&P getting hammered today, down 1%. Pretty nasty dump for the S&P as Bitcoin holds its own and is doing its own thing compared to the S&P. Pretty interesting. All right. The S&P. Now, what do we need to see? We need a divergence. And I don't see one here on the 1 hour. I don't see one on the 1 hour. Nothing crazy on the 50-minute. Right there, we got a slight one. That's swinging up. We got a slight one right there. But look, you even have an Adam and Eve double top. I can't believe how much I've seen this pattern recently. Or maybe I just didn't know it as much. But a lot of times it breaks down. Just like a lot of times it breaks up. It's a very interesting pattern. I see it a lot now. A couple times a week, at least. 4 or 5 times a week, I see the Adam and Eve. In some way, shape, or form, on either to the upside, downside. Somewhere, I see that Adam and Eve. So you're getting that rounded top. The rising wedge broke to the downside. S&P, it's topped out at 46.35, getting a pretty nasty pullback for the last, 4 or 5 days. So you got to break back up above 4.538 to remain bullish if you're trading the S&P and you're trading tech stocks. All right. Shibarium coming in 1 week, getting people ready for SHIB. Anyone in the U.S. set USDT from uphold to MEXC. Love the MEXC, MX pumping for gains. And yeah, making gains on MEXC token, baby. All the way. It went all the way to the high of 290, which is beautiful. And we went over this numerous times. We talked about it over and over again. I had this set up just like this. I'll show you. Just like so. And I saw that the moving averages were getting so tight. And I was looking at it on the 3-day chart. And the 3-day chart suggested that a move could come. And then I saw it on the daily. And the daily was getting started down here. Now, it went sideways for a while, and then we got a bit of a pump, right? And it didn't break the previous high. It may be just doing this. It may consolidate yet again, come back down again. But it has just been slowly doing its thing. We didn't get stopped out, and I personally did make gains on the trade. So, MEXC, baby. MEXC is the place to be. MEXC token over here. VELO's been an interesting coin. And it's got that name. It's got a buzz, but it just didn't get the love. Now, it's double bottoming here. A lot of coins are starting to do this exact pattern. The slight higher low of a double bottom. I wish I had an example off the top of my head right now. I can't think of it. I should be able to think of it. I don't know why I can't. It might be the fumes from the cleaning crew. I'm not sure, but it could be. Can we look at CFX? Thanks. It's been a while. Shout out to the first super chat from Mr. Ed. And I love when you have new super chats because that means we have new people. Shout out to Mr. Ed jumping on in. We love you, Mr. Ed. Thank you for getting on in. Yo, my man, you're the best. Who just said that? My man said MOVR. And you're giving me the visual example of Moon River. Look at you. Who said that? You're a smarty pants. I like that person. Who just said that? Hassan Haj, I love you. You're an astute student who pays attention, and a teacher always can the class always does better when there's an astute student paying attention in class. You are the best. God bless you, Hassan Haj. You're the man. You made my day today. And so look, MVR was like that, had the slight higher low, and it did get the beautiful pop. Didn't get all the way to 200 SMA, but it got a nice pop up there, 23% gains. I mean, look, we were looking at the same exact coin, right? If I put them in the same place, look at that. That's creepy, right? VELO, I mean, they look almost identical. And it's kind of the Adam and Eve double bottom. You see it? Because that will round out over time. Can VELO get the pump? Aggressive move here if you do decide to jump on in. 2-day chart says, yes, I want to make a move. I'm not going to go much lower. If you like the project, in my humble opinion, could be a great place to jump into VELO, but at the same time, you know, I don't personally like to swing trade the lows like this. I'd wait for it to at least break above the point of control or back above that resistance at 003, or maybe even there. I mean, at 003818, that would be even better, right? And I don't know why I'm bringing up VELO. Someone asked about it on the channel, and it's kind of sitting in my mind. Let's take a look at our baby CFX. Let's take a look at CFX, which is on KuCoin and MEXC Global. All right. So CFX in a falling wedge, bouncing off of the 0.65, right, into that 706. It's at a very key level where it was previously before, too. Kind of a giant cup and handle, a rigid one, but it's got the cup. It is a bit of a handle. Does it go lower to touch the 200 SMA? You know, the 2-day chart's a little overbought. The daily could send us lower. And you got a bit of a descending triangle here, which in my mind usually breaks to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised if this took a nasty dump almost straight down. And you came to a drop down here to test the lows. And you have a bounce area there. It's at about 10 cents. I mean, the 77. Do you lose 17 cents? That's a descending triangle. They break down more than they break up. It is a 50-50 pattern, though. It's not all bad, but you're also below the 200 SMA on the daily, which means downside. So I see more downsides for CFX before it starts to round out and get a bigger move to the upside. I'd be looking at that 786 area, somewhere between 10 and 12 cents, you know. And Bitcoin just doing its thing, getting that pump to the upside. The 50-minute still has a lot of legs to the upside. Like I showed you before, you know, don't be surprised if this is the length and we just continue up to 29,850. Okay. Now, eventually the 7-minute's going to get overbought. Like here, see? And then we'll probably kind of start consolidating up or down. The 15-minute will just swing down a little bit here, like curve down and then curve up, and, you know. But beautiful pump for Bitcoin out of the falling wedge to the upside. If you just played that falling wedge, you'd be in the money for BTC, right? If any channel is going to be on price action, it's going to be this channel. We're on it all the time. I'm up 30% on my long for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is taking off. Shout out to James Schweigen Jr. Banging on him. Shout out to everyone here on the live, Super Chat, CFX, and SRM. Let's take a look at SRM. Now, I saw it in that Fibonacci retracement. I can see a photographic memory of it. Then it slipped down a little bit and got a little lower, right? Let's take a look. So we had it here. I had drawn a fib on it, and I liked where it was in the fib. Sitting right there at that 7, but it came down. Look, now it's at that 786. Life or friend. 786 retracement. Interesting. Now, as the wedge continues to fall, right, you're still grabbing for that higher low. You have resistance, 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 possibly getting a bounce here to the upside as well. Tight moving averages with the 200 SMA above. It's very interesting. This key resistance here could be our bounce further to the upside. We're watching that very, very closely, all right? I don't love it. I'd love to see it make that higher low. It looks like VELO. It looks like MOVR. Everything kind of doing its thing, you know. Shout out to Crypto Bellico, banging on him. Shout out to Hunches, banging on him. Shout out to James Schweigen Jr., banging on him. Shout out to all my lovers of life, hitting it. Bitcoin getting the huge, massive pump here and the short squeeze to the upside. We started the channel saying I would not short between price action and these big red bars. That's just general rule right off the bat. Had any one of these people watch my channel, 790,000, that's $1 million in liquidations. And it didn't have to happen, all right? It didn't have to happen. And what a beautiful pump back to the upside for Bitcoin. And we kind of started showing you this, right? Other people would have just said, oh, downside and got all crazy, right? No, we got real calm. We saw low stochastics on the 15 and the 7. And we knew the price action would likely reverse at that moment in time. We also saw a previous support of resistance bar that made sense to us. And we began to kind of get ready for another idea. We might be the only channel that has this ascending triangle drawn before it's needed to be drawn. Maybe, maybe not. But we're in the top. We got to be in the top 1% of tracking Bitcoin. We got to be in the world. We got to be. At 960 episodes straight, Bitcoin every single day. 960 straight days of Bitcoin. Imagine that. You've done it with me. Some of you have done every single show with me and not missed a show. Who here has never missed a show? I believe there's people out there that have never... Hi, sweet Pete BB. Who here has never missed a show? High level TA, banging on up to the upside. Next 8-hour candle will reveal the most. Now is the perfect time to accumulate and fill your bags. 2-point fine from SEC Wells Fargo just dropping. Oh, where'd you get that? That's so cute. It's so beautiful, huh? I love you. You want some water? No. Just take a sip.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, where'd you guys go? I missed you. Now let me finish the show and I'll hang out with you guys. I love you. I'm on here every morning on the weekdays. I didn't go to jail for 30 days. I would have seen them all. My man is so funny. Day by day, the stream and the trading group are changing my life. Keep grinding. Thank you, Sam, and the lifers. I remember when you first came around, man, and now you're like a regular. I can't say I never missed it, but I always do to traveling if I did. But it was, yeah, you're funny, man. Wells Fargo, 2.1 million fine. KuCoin, KYC, August 30th. KuCoin's always KYC. What do you mean? Always watch the lifer direction for day, baby. I jumped in around the show 350. My man. I've always at least stopped by to smash the like button. Rewatch the ones I didn't get to like. Life is strong. I love y'all. Y'all the best. Y'all the best. The pump continues for Bitcoin, and I don't see why it would stop. The stochastics are still low in that 15-minute, suggesting more coming for BTC. All right. We also show you the length of this pole. Just kind of see the 7-minute may either get pinned or probably have to bring us down a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if we came back down for some consolidation. Hit the trend line again, and we filled out this ascending triangle. But a beautiful trade if you did take that trade to the upside from 29,152 all the way to 29,600. What a beautiful call. Try to watch you as much as I can, but the last few weeks been a lot of hospital visits lately. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope everything's going okay, Bert. Most loyal group in the game for a reason. All because of you, Sammy. Lifer Adam, I love you, man. Your show is my daily routine. Jebatron, I've been here since episode 200 and change. I watch about 80% of the shows. Frankie Valdez, I love you. I see an M pattern. It could make an M. You always have to be open-minded to the M. But if you make that high or low, you'll negate the M, you know? But I see you. Possible double top. Got to stay open-minded. You can't be a full perma bear, perma bull. You got to take it one step at a time, one level at a time. 100%. Oh, and Jamie, maybe today I could work on getting Slack on my laptop. So we can just do things the right... I can do things the right way. You guys are doing things amazingly. Thank you for the free alpha, sir. Anytime, man. 50 minutes still has room to run. It has tons of room to run. But it looks like the 7 will kind of declare a little bit of a move back down first. See how the 50 minutes... You'll curve back down. Pump back up. 7-minute will reset back down here. 7-minute will reset back down. You're getting a little over the bot. All right. Okay. And that brings us to the funnest day, the funnest part of the whole show, the news. Shout out to everybody here. I'll be right back with the news. Hello, and welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. My name is Samuel James Price, and every single day I do a show on YouTube. Can you believe it? It's over 500 people live, up to 500 to 1,000 people live, and we have thousands of people to watch the show around the world every single day. Can you believe it? It's an amazing show. I do a 3 to 5 minute news segment that keeps us just privy to what's happening in the news. Is Tether getting weird? What's happening with Circle? And stuff of that nature. Let's break it down today and find out what's happening. I see something going down right now. Circle makes crypto payments easier with new programmable Web3 wallet for business. Circle's programmable wallets platform is available now for developers on Ethereum, Avalanche, and Polygon, with plans to expand to other blockchains later this year. The USDC stablecoin, Circle, Internet Financial, on Tuesday released a new programmable Web3 wallet that the company says can help businesses offer digital asset payments to customers. It'd be so much easier, right? I like this. Soon, they're going to have a button. It's going to be super awesome. There's a company I'm looking at right now called Ubit. Ubit allows you to pay with your phone with an app. I would look it up if I were you. Again, I'm not paid to say this. I looked this up of myself. I found the coin. I believe the coin could do numbers. It's got a $2.9 million market cap, but they already have an app, and you can use an app to buy. It's a mission to signify digital asset payments. Ubit is an easy way to pay with crypto at any store worldwide. It's an app where crypto holders can send money abroad or just walk into any store, tap and pay anywhere. Visa and MasterCard are accepted, just like using Apple Pay. Isn't that amazing? And no one's talking about it, and it has a tiny market cap. And it actually works. You can put the app on your phone right now. And it's only on MEXC, OBT. Again, another reason why I love MEXC, they tend to have the coins that just nobody knows about. Anyway, so that's a very interesting idea here, that it's going to be easier to take payments for your business using these Web3 wallets. I love it. I love it a lot. AI will be one of the most important investment themes over the next decade, said Morgan Stanley. The generative AI market rally is assumed to have started with the launch of ChatGPT late last year. AI and the accompanying technology will be transformational across industries and will be one of the most important, and will be one of the most important secular investments over the next 10 years. The bank looked into whether the recent outperformance in the sector could my kid's going to sing through the news. All right, baby, I'm doing the news. Can you be quiet for 5 minutes? I love it, baby. I can't. How can I tell a 2.5-year-old kid to be quiet? Baby, I know. Another one you got? Yeah. Oh, go upstairs now. Let me daddy do a show. Come on. I love you. She's not good. She won't go nowhere. She do whatever she wants. But AI will be the biggest narrative for investing, and it kind of makes me think, like, man, what should I be looking at? I almost think there should be some stocks I should be looking at too, like stocks, like all sorts of different things. You know what I mean? NVIDIA had a huge pump, 200% year to date, right? AI indices are up 50% and are not yet above prior 2021 highs, though. Rival Wall Street, Goldman Sachs predicts the AI adoption will likely start and have a meaningful impact on the U.S. economy sometime between 2025 and 2030. I think faster than that because AI moves quick. I think even faster than that. Fake PayPal USD tokens pop up on several blockchains. Be careful. It's going to be a bunch of fake tokens all over the place. Don't use them. Don't look at them. They're going to look like PUS. Just stay away from them, all right? It's not the coin. Don't get excited. You're not getting access to the PayPal coin early. That's some good news to have. I appreciate that on the news. So one thing to think about and keep you guys privy and just, pay attention. There's always someone capitalizing off of the news, and they're probably going to do it in a pejorative manner. Just be careful. It's sad, but it's true. Let's get back into BTC. All right, and I'm calling a pullback here on the 7 to the downside now, and the consolidation to continue for the breakout. And I would love to make an entry somewhere around here if this continues to go my way. And I'm going to be super patient, and I'm going to wait for the perfect trade to be had. All right, the entry would be something like so, possibly in at about 29 or 52 if I can get in there. Stop loss somewhere below 25,331, like 25,293, and take profit up at 30,087, where I can get out with the big boys who are going to sell a wad load of Bitcoin up at 29,900 and 30,000. And we can short a bunch of people today who still believe that the market's going down for some whatever reason, because they're stuck in their thoughts. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't believe or think or feel anything. I don't know what the market's going to do. I'm open-minded to anything that's possible. I'm just going to stay open-minded. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. That's how I hit Akash Network. That's how I hit, the gains we hit last week and this week. That's how we hit Bitcoin. That's how we looked at it this morning. We stay open-minded. Like right now, if I knew where Bitcoin was going, then I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to look for an ascending triangle. Price action has to make a proper, it has to move in the proper formations. Can't do whatever it wants. Even the 5 minutes getting overbought with a double top here, it's telling us we're going to get a pull down. That's kind of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there too that kind of broke out already. It's interesting. And again, we could just, there's a chance price can do whatever it wants. We could just, in the next 2 minutes, the price could just fly up all the way to 29,009. But I'm telling you right now, we're getting closer and closer to that. I would be careful shorting the market when there's an order that big on BOOKMAP. So shout out to everybody on the live. I appreciate you. And shout out to sponsors of the channel, ITrust Capital. Get yourself an IRA with ITrust Capital today. It's an amazing, the #1 crypto IRA platform in the game. All right. If I can get myself, I got a little lost there in the corner. But ITrust Capital. And you can move the IRA you have now into this crypto IRA. And it's going to be amazing. So I like that. It's a big deal. The #1 crypto IRA platform in the world, in my opinion, in the United States for sure. So jump on in and get yourself an ITrust Capital account. You can buy and sell cryptocurrency tax-free in there. And again, I'm not saying I put all my money in there, but it's nice to have a little bit in ITrust Capital. So shout out to ITrust Capital. They are a sponsor of the channel. I am sponsored and, I am, affiliated with them. So I'm paid to talk about them. I just want to make that clear. But I absolutely wouldn't talk about a company that I didn't like. I love ITrust and I like what they do. So I see a movement back down to the bottom of the channel, just like I suggested. It's starting. So you could trade price action with me. I'm locked in right now. So, all right, everyone. I appreciate it. I know you'd like to just kick it till the end of time, all the way till tomorrow night. But I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And I love you all. I sent in the paperwork to pull my IRA so I can transfer. Man, smart move, man. And if you use it through my link, I do get a commission. I'd appreciate that. That'd be awesome. Beco is near Bitcoin, is a newer Bitcoin mining stock I like. We've been looking at Beco too. We looked at Beco yesterday. And let's just take a look at the fan funding and go over all the fan funding today. Shout out to Zachariah Ilamadao. Welcome, Exclusive Lifer. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to Crypto Rambler asking about SRM. We looked at that. Thank you. Shout out to Zachariah asking about JASMY. Thank you for asking about JASMY. Shout out to Tori telling us about Brick Frenzy, putting Brick on our side, on our radar. Shout out to Seize the Day talking about AIX, a new coin. Shout out to Jimmy Bitcoin for Tara. And shout out to Mr. Ed when we looked at CFX and all the people that came through to the channel today, sent in a super chat, said hello. It was an amazing, amazing live stream. I felt confident. I felt great. Wear the tie from my pops representing. I got the blue and the yellow on. Always feel good when I do that. You can't beat it. Shout out to everybody here on this beautiful, beautiful August 8th. What a wonderful day to be alive. 11:56 in the morning. And you know what? I'm going to go run around with those kids for 5 to 10 minutes and have joys with my family. I love them all. One more look at BOOKMAP. Does suggest we go sideways. We'll take a look. There's still way more liquidity up here than down there. We've kind of gotten rid of all that used to be down there. Remember, there used to be so much down there. They're gone. And now they've packed their bags for a major sell-off somewhere at about 30,000. And that's also the measured move of this. So I'm looking for this trade possibly to the upside here for Bitcoin. Perfect entry could be possibly grabbed up somewhere at 29.4. If we wick down a little bit more, it would be amazing. And the target is 30,090 for BTC. And it might ladder out a little bit because of that bigger order there at 29.9 as well. So I'm looking for an ascending triangle move to the upside here for Bitcoin, but only if the parameters set it straight. And I'm setting it up to come into my web, right? So only trade the setups that come into your web, man. Set your web, set your moves, like a spider, set your lines, right? Build your web. Let price action come into that. I've never said that before, but that's something that, is interesting to me. Let's take a big more. Let's get hydrated. The more water we drink, the better. Everyone, thank you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Remember, tonight, it's nothing. Tonight's Tuesday. But tomorrow night, we will have an amazing guest on Wednesday. Remember, every single Wednesday night, don't forget, show up to the Wednesday night live stream where we do the awesome guest price report. My name's Sam Price. That's why we call it the Price Report. Everyone, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate you all for being here. And we'll kick butt again tomorrow, and we'll go over the charts and have fun and see what setups are brewing. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you all. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Everyone, God bless you all. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for this awesome show that you've given me. Amen.